Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. It's Linda. I have another daily dose for you. This is a collective energy transmission that is timeless. We're still under the theme of untangle from this series of readings. So this is where you are now, the challenges you face, the resources you can use, the hidden forces, potential outcome. Love it. Okay, let's pull one rune here for what is the spiritual lesson. Okay, so we're okay, so King of Cups in reverse, Eight of Swords. It might be feeling like you're struggling to come to terms with something here, right? It's almost like the feeling I'm getting here from these two cards is like You might be struggling with realizing that your freedom is yours to take, right? Like the challenge here is for you to accept and acknowledge perhaps the ways that you might have been getting in the way of your own joy, right? And your emotional wellness is really about you establishing a new sense of self and freedom, and having clarity to kind of cut through all the ties that bind. Like, look at this Ace of Swords, right? This is the resources you can use. So it's like Spirit saying, take this sword and slice through all these ropes and ties and binds and claim that freedom that's yours. Claim it. Just take it. Have the clarity and the foresight and the wisdom and the raw, real honesty to be your true self, to get freedom from the limitations and restrictions of the past that maybe you had placed there by your own perpetuation or continuation of certain beliefs and ideas that you had maybe put in place. Maybe they weren't your original ideas yourself. Maybe they were notions that you gathered by the way experiences have unfolded for you in the past. But you need to understand this is every day is a new day, and every moment is an opportunity to establish a greater sense of self-orienting love and freedom and the direction that you take. And your synergy with life depends on your ability to be in that space of oneness and wholeness. And again, this untangle theme is coming up with this same kind of message coming through of like, it's up to you to free yourself from the binds that tie, from previous experiences that might have formed you. But how things move forward from here are up to you to realize that there are those binds that are there, that all those knots and tangles and concepts and ideas that have been in place maybe in an unconscious way. And here's your moment to express your own limitation, your own symbiotic nature with life by letting go of any kind of things that you've been allowing to hold you. The Nine of Wands is here in this reading in the position of the hidden forces. I like this. I like these two cards here, Nine of Wands reverse and Eight of Swords reverse. You can see in the imagery like all this, it's like all these energies that are kind of like fencing you in and keeping you held in a certain place, in a quite tight space, right? This Ace of Swords is your weapon of choice. This is the tool that you can use to establish freedom by slicing through all those things that have been holding you in place. Let it be so. You're staying here by choice. This is the resource you can use. Clarity, wisdom, insight, understanding, truth. That's your weapon of choice here. Use it. Use it to free yourself. It's time for you to step out of your box. It's time for you to be open to new experiences. It's time for you to stop living in the past. You've worked so hard to get where you are, right? You deserve everything that you desire. Let go of any constraint or limitation that you feel exists. It doesn't. It's only a construct of the mind. I feel strongly as part of this series of readings with the Untangle, it's like the reiteration of this idea that experiences from your past are still too much influencing the choices you make and the way you step forward here in life. And it's only your own sense of how relevant those experiences from the past are to your current energy that is affecting the way that you are in life today. The King of Cups in this reading in the reverse is saying it's kind of like your emotional state of being right now is based on the pure experiences from the past that maybe have made you feel a little hardened or a little resistant or reluctant to be open, or maybe a little reserved emotionally and maybe hiding behind a protective barrier that you've created because you're afraid of being hurt again, or you're afraid of being disappointed again. It's almost like the energy I'm tapping into now is like there's this feeling of being emotionally unavailable, but on one hand it's like it's kind of hard to describe. I can feel it, but I can feel the energy, but like I now have to kind of translate it into words. It's like you're maybe being emotionally unavailable, or you're emotionally fixed, or you're emotionally a little bit hardened because of experiences from the past that maybe have made you a little cynical or a little defensive or a little protective of yourself. So you're emotionally unavailable, but you're actually very emotional because you haven't, resolved those things. And so there's like this aloofness, this unavailable emotional, energetically unavailable emotionally, and like a little bit cold emotionally. So it's like you're unemotional, but you're too emotional. It's just an imbalance there in the element of water, I would say. Past hurts are too much influencing the way you are now. Again, untangling the past. Being patient with the self, but knowing that your journey here is one of continual discovery, right? This could just be a moment for some people watching. For others, this energy might have been going on for a long while. And there's this desire to break free from that, because you know about it. It's not like what I'm saying here is of any surprise to you. You know about it. And you want this freedom, you want the liberation, you want to be more available emotionally, you want to let go of your cynicism and your, all those past hurts. I just heard abandonment. So for some people, that's some of what this energy is, maybe abandonment issues that are still affecting your sense of self-worth, and that's making it difficult for you to have positive emotional experiences because that fear of abandonment is still influencing your every thought, your every word, your every action, and maybe you're not aware of it. So there's that to look at, So, you know, for all of us, we might have had one really strong experience or a few really strong experiences in our lives when we were younger that are affecting the way we are energetically and emotionally. But it's up to us to realize that that one event doesn't have to define us, and we don't have to keep reliving that energetic imprint again and again. The Six of Worlds in the reading here in the position of potential outcome. Again, like getting into a better flow with your resources, with your energy, with your environment, with people. You know, you've got to be able to receive and give equally. So that's for someone here watching this reading, that this emotional frigidity or whatever, it's like you might be giving, but you're not able to receive, and that's also kind of an imbalance that's unhealthy that needs to be looked at. I want to have a look at this rune now. It's called Iwas. It's symbolized by the yew tree. And the keywords for it are strength, reliability, dependability, trustworthiness, enlightenment, endurance, defense, protection. The driving force to acquire, providing motivation and a sense of purpose, indicates you have set your sights on a reasonable target and can achieve your goal. An honest man who can be relied upon. All right. So take what you need out of that. There's a few things in there that tap into some of the other cards here that kind of ties this together. So I would say with the King of Cups here, endurance, particularly emotional endurance, is something that is here. It's available to you. It's what you're learning about as well. Trustworthiness also, again, as I said, like previous experiences don't have to define us, and they don't have to dictate the experiences that we have in the future, right? Things can just be as they were in the past. Once you realize that your self-worth has nothing to do with the way another person treated you in the past, and that maybe your response to the way someone behaved in the past, let's say, for example, if abandonment is an issue for you, that's was spoken of here. Being abandoned at one point in your life by someone doesn't mean that you're not worthy. Someone else left because they had their own issues to deal with. But when we're younger, we don't necessarily have the wisdom or the foresight to understand that when it's happening. And so those kind of events have a very big impression. And it's up to us in our journey towards wholeness to untangle those things and to realize those experiences from the past for what they are, and not take them on and embody them as our own issues that we need to continue to deal with. Because they're not. We can leave them behind. We can let go of that doubt and cynicism. We can become more trustworthy. We can become more trusting in people. We can become more available to people. We can become more reliable and dependable as well. Like sometimes experiences from the past affect us so heavily that it changes the way we relate to ourselves, and that affects the way that other people see us and are able to connect with us. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here in this energy. You know, what you're striving towards here is very achievable with this rune. You have all the qualities needed for you to break through whatever limitation and restriction you're feeling here. You have the courage and the wisdom to untangle those experiences from the past that have made that impression on you, that might be still affecting the choices you make. You can do this. You can work through this energy and make that breakthrough on to the other side of this energy and have a better sense of connection. You can have a better sense of self-worth. It's all available to you. Just keep going. Don't give up. Keep being patient. Keep being persistent. Keep working through the feelings that come up. Keep expressing them as they come up. Don't suppress them anymore. Look at what you're feeling. Address it as you would in a wise and loving way. And have a really good internal communication to bring that love and compassion to your own self, to do your own healing. You're more than capable of doing so. Alright friends, I'm going to close this reading out there. It's been a pleasure to read for you. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. I look forward to reading for you in the next one in this series. So thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.